Hello students, after long time we are discussing IC analysis. So what is IC analysis? That is a method of sentence analysis. So IC analysis is a method of sentence analysis. Right? First mentioned by Leonard Bloomfield and developed by Rowland Wells. Please take care. Leonard Bloomfield has introduced and that is developed by Rowland Wells. The process reached a full-blown strategy for analyzing sentence structure. So that's analysis of sentence structure. So IC analysis is used to analyze sentence structure in early works of Noam Chomsky. And the practice is now widespread. This is a very common, right? Most tree structures employed to represent the syntactic structure of sentences, right? So that's a tree structure. That's a tree structure when we make a tree structure, noun phrase, verb phrase. This is called tree structure, which employs to represent the syntactic structure of the sentences, are products of some form of IC analysis. Now, IC analysis is based on the notion that a sentence is just so IC analysis is based on the notion that a sentence is just not a linear string of words but a sequence of component or group of words. Please take care. What they are saying that IC analysis is based on the notion that the sentence is just not a linear string of words. Means sentence is not just you just have kept the words in a linear string, but a sequence of components, right? So that is very important, sequence of components or group of words. That particular group of words, selection of like subject, then verb, then object, something like this. It is a system of grammatical analysis. So IC analysis is a system of grammatical analysis that breaks the sentence into sequential layers, right, or constituents. So that's a breaks the the sentence into sequential layer, right, this way. Constraints consist of only a word or meaningful part of word. So constraints means that is meaningful part of word or part of speech. Now constitute or constituent and construction, when they are joined by horizontal line, they are said to be construction with each other. How? Noun or pronoun plus verb plus noun or pronoun. This noun is subject, this noun is object. Why? Because after verb and before verb. Or this part is called subject and this rest of the part is called predicate. Okay. So what they are saying that they are just joined by horizontal line and they are said to be construction with each other. So that's a construction with each other, right? That's a relation between subject and verb, then verb and object, this way. The construction establishes relation with the constituents, and the concept of constituent, constituent and construction are immense important for analysis. How? Her new head. So constitute is her new head. Her new het. This is the constitute, means first not this way, new, het, her. So that's this order is not proper. So that is wrong, right? So what? That is first her pronoun, new adjective, het, that is noun. So this is constitute. Then her new het, separate word, right? That is constituents. Then possessive plus adjective, noun. Construction is what? That's a her is possessive and plus adjective and then noun. So that is called construction. That's a constitute, right? And that's a construction. So this way it is constitute, that's a verbal form, and that is noun form. Okay, now immediate and ultimate constituents. The constituents of a constitute are its immediate constituents. We have seen that her, new, het, right? So that is constituent, right? So constitute are its immediate constituents, right? And the ultimate constituents, that is ultimate constituents, are the constituents which cannot be further analyzed. At last, that's a suppose her, then new, and then het. That now it cannot be analyzed, right? So the analysis starts with the whole sentence being divided into principal parts. So that is divided into principal parts, that is subject and predicate. And subject plus predicate, subject is noun phrase, predicate is verbal phrase, that is subject and predicate, which are further divided into subparts. He resented her unkind remark. So here he, subject, resented her unkind remark. So that's what is resented? So that is resented, then her unkind remark, right? Then again her unkind remark. So this way sentence is divided. He again resented, that's a past tense, right? Then her is possessive pronoun of she, right? Then two morpheme, unkind remark. So at last we have got 8 ultimate constituents. 8 ultimate constituents. What are this count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Right? Okay. So modes of representation is poor John lost his watch. So poor John, this is poor John lost his watch, right? So this way also you can do without re. Poor John, that's a noun phrase, that's a sentence. Lost his watch, that's a verb phrase. Okay, so that is there. Another example, a young girl with an umbrella chased the boy. This is a sentence. So first of all, a young girl with an umbrella, that's a up to here, that's a noun phrase actually. Then chase the boy, this is a verb phrase, chase the boy. Then again this sentence is divided into 2 parts, a young girl, right? So that's a determiner, young girl, right? That's a adjective phrase. Then with an umbrella, that is the prepositional phrase, preposition, separate preposition, then an umbrella. An is determiner, umbrella is noun. Chase, chased, it's a past tense, chased. The boy, the is determiner, boy is noun. This way. Labels are what? One of the limitations of the IC analysis. It does not indicate the nature and grammatical functions of constituents. So it is not very much clear at last that what are the grammatical functions. This was removed by Mac Halliday by labeling the constituents, class labels and function labels. So what did he do? He class labels, that's a noun phrase, verb phrase, article, adjective, etc. Functional is subject, verb and object. These are the functional labels. So now this is the tree diagram, proper tree diagram. Subject, then noun phrase, verb phrase, right? Noun phrase is the man, right? Then let's see what's the man will hit the ball. So the man, right, will hit, verb phrase. So that's a will, auxiliary, hit main verb, and then again noun phrase attached, that is the ball. So the is determinant, ball is this way. The structural description of sentence, the man will hit the ball, assigned by rules. That's a phrasal rule actually. So that's a simple phrase structure. Phrase structure is very important in grammar. So tree diagram is actually based on phrase structure. Now a very important part, this is, that's a sentence. First sentence, that is called sentence node, which is divided into two branches, noun phrase and verb phrase. So that's a noun phrase, noun phrase, noun phrase node, verb phrase node, this node, this node, this node. Okay. Then lines that connects the sentence node with NP, means noun phrase or VP verb phrase, are nodes are called branches. These are the branches. S is called mother node and NP and VP are called daughter nodes. And then the NP and VP, they are sisters, right? So noun phrase, what is noun phrase? A personal pronoun. Noun phrase, a personal pronoun, he, a demonstrator, that, or a WH word, what, may constitute a noun phrase by itself. So how noun phrase is made? That is personal pronoun. It may be personal pronoun, it may be demonstrator like that, or WH word, what or what, which, whose, whom, or may constitute noun phrase. So noun phrase is made with the help of this. Exception is always there. The rich, the poor, infinitives, to believe, is to see. That clause also work as noun phrase as a subject, that here not required to discuss, otherwise you will get confused. Okay, now moving further. Noun phrase is a constituents. Its constituents are very important. Its constituents are head word alone, and then pre-modifier, head word, post modifier, pre-modifier, head word and post modifier. That may be any one of all, may be the structure. How? When we see the example, you will be able to understand. How? Let's see. This is a pre-diagrammatic representation of noun phrase. So that's a predeterminer, determiner, ordinal, quantifier, right? How? Predeterminer, some of the girls, right? So that's a predeterminer. Determiner, a boy. Ordinal, that's a two students. Quantifier, ordinal, order, second student, right? Quantifier, two students. Then adjectival phrase, classifier, noun. This way these are the part of noun phrase, right? Intensifier, very, very, adjectives, right? So this is called IC analysis. Now ambiguity. Ambiguity means two or more than two interpretation of word or sentence. Some sentences can be ambiguous. For example, she took the baby out of the water and threw it away. Next example, flying planes can be dangerous. Syntactic ambiguity is also called amphiboly or amphibology is a situation where a sentence may be interpreted in more than one way due to ambiguous structure. So that's a in English grammar, syntactic ambiguity is presence of two or more possible meaning within a single sentence or sequence of words. Like sometimes word sequence is improper, and because of this that's ambiguities arise. And then the structural ambiguity, which is called a structural ambiguity or grammatical ambiguity. Compare with lexical ambiguity, that's a ambiguity due to words, the presence of two or more possible meanings with a single word. So that's a sometimes single word represent, for example, bank. So bank is financial building and bank is like river bank, right? So the many words are there, so sometimes this creates confusion. Okay, then syntactical and structural ambiguity, the intended meaning of the syntactically ambiguous sentence can often but not always be determined by context. So what they say that the intended meaning of a syntactically ambiguous sentence can often but not always be determined by context. Example, the shooting of hunters was terrible. So it could mean that the way animals were shot by hunters. The fact that hunters were shot was terrible, right? So that's a different meaning. Then passivization removes the ambiguity. Syntactic ambiguities, structures and semantic should be included as integral part of grammatical analysis. Ambiguities, mainly lexical ambiguity, right? So that is presence of two or more possible meanings with a single word. I gave you example of bank, I can give you another example of duck. Sometime we hide ourselves, so that's a duck, means when we go away from the situation. Or duck is a animal also, sorry, yeah, that's animal also, right? So that's a bird, duck is, right? So that's a water creature is also duck. Then syntactic ambiguity, so the presence of two or more possible meanings with a single sentence because of sentence structure, right, can help these two ambiguities. So that is there. I think you must have got something. If you have any confusion, you are most welcome to ask.